Alright, so this is going to be my review of Hulk Season 1, written by Fred Van Lente and artwork by Tom Fowler. Now, yes, the Marvel Season 1 books are nothing more than a stab at DC's Earth 1 books, which have been all but forgotten. At least with the Marvel Season 1 books, they're pretty much, staying constant rather than try to treat, where DC's trying to treat the Earth 1 book, the DC Earth 1 books like movies that come out every 2 years. But don't worry, I know Batman Earth 1 and Superman Earth 1 Volume 2 came out, so... Anywho, this is my take on Hulk Season 1. Out of all the Season 1 books, it was this one and the Doctor Strange Season 1 book that I was just really... Those are the two I was most interested in. And the other one I'm really interested in is of course, Peter David's Avengers Season 1. Which I know, yes, it came out in the Blu-ray edition of... The Avengers, but I didn't get that because money. Anywho, so I'll just wait for that next year. Anywho, Hulk Season 1. It's funny, too, because in the bookstore I was in, it only had 3 Season 1 books. It had this one, Spider-Man Season 1, and Ant-Man Season 1. When I was looking at them, I was like, alright, so I heard nothing but bad things about Spider-Man Season 1. And Ant-Man Season 1 is kind of dodgy because Tom DeFalco can be hit and miss with me. Fred Van Lente's never disappointed me, and I really love the Hulk. Boom. Because the Hulk is my favorite superhero, Marvel superhero, so of course I was going to check this out. And this book did not disappoint. Pretty much unlike a lot of the Season 1 books, it really updates the Hulk's origin, and it really makes it cool. What it is that rather than, it goes through Banner's childhood and all that, like the most Hulk stuff, in Hulk Season 1 takes place 3 weeks after the Gamma Bomb hit Bruce Banner. And the Hulk is pretty much a mystery. And in here, also, we have an intelligent Hulk. Pretty much like how in the Hulk's first appearance back in the 60s, when Hulk... was intelligent, but he's not gray in here. No gray Hulk, but smart Hulk. And it does delve into the mental... It also delves into the mental psychology of Bruce Banner and the Hulk, as well as, it adds in the gamma radiation as well, and Van Lente does an excellent job with that. In here, we also get the emergence of AIM, but they're known as them, which is really weird, because them, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, is this AIM? This has got to be AIM. And it's them, but then later on they're called them. We also get AIM Scientist Supreme, before then Monica Respucci, who, I think this is another Van Lente created character, but she is in here and she works for Thunderbolt Ross. A lot of the characters are really updated in this story, like, Betty is rather than be this one-note damsel in distress like she was in the 60s, she's actually more, she's actually the head of the military MP at the the military base. Ross is still Ross, and we also get a new villain in here called Colonel Hamilton, who is investigating Bruce Banner after the events of the Gamma Bomb, but later becomes a Gamma monster himself, thanks to Monica's trying to tamper with, gamma radiation as well. In here, we pretty much get that the Hulk he's not really called the Hulk, he's only known as the Other, to Bruce Banner. And these two just really hate each other. It really delves into the whole... It's not really... Actually, let me back up. It's not trying to be like a lot of other people who are just based like the duality of Hulk and Banner. This delves into more like Banner... This is the Banner we know today, where he can manipulate the situation, he's very in control, and I just love that confrontation he has in his mind with the Hulk, where the Hulk's telling him, yeah, I can... and even then, Hulk is not... Hulk's a jerk in here. He basically works with AIM, who's known as, like I said, them in the past, and he basically works with them and says, yeah, I'll help you guys take out the Gargoyle. Yeah, the Gargoyle's in here. And he's more of he's trying to control territory from them, and yes, they're known as them, like I said. He's trying to take territory from them, because he's like this scientist slash gunrunner slash crime lord and all that. And Rick Jones is in his gang, and the reason why it also kind of gives more of an updated version of why Rick Jones was there. Rick Jones was actually trying to get an initiation from, and also try to spy on the the gamma bomb, but got stupid by orders of the Gargoyle. So also in here we get Hulk has some great lines in here, as you know. He's very intelligent. Like I said at the beginning, Hulk is very intelligent, and he's actually, he's very manipulative as well. He tries to manipulate. He pretty much manipulates them to work for him, and it's really cool. There is some great dialogue. Banner is really cool in here. He goes through a nice little character arc as trying to be the Hulk, and this also kind of does this cool explanation of why Hulk went from smart to dumb in here. Van Lente did this really cool. Used this cool little drug in this story, and Banner forced the Hulk to take it, where the Hulk was meant to be, alright, I'm going to take this drug when you're in Banner form, and it's going to make you dumb as hell so I can take over when I want to. But however, the drug has some side effects that basically triggers when Banner's angry. Instead, it works on an emotional level. Rick Jones in here is pretty cool. He doesn't really do a lot. That's my one problem. Rick Jones is just in here, and he's trying to try to look like the bad guy, try to be all cool working for the Gargoyle, but then he eventually comes around and helps the Hulk liberate these kids that are being genetically grown by, I'll just call them, I'll call them AIM. They're being manipulated and grown by AIM. Also, we get a cool little nod to Man-Thing. Pretty much, they're trying to recreate a super soldier program, and Monica was there secretly by one of the senators, and then they're like, oh, well, this isn't going so well, so we'll just turn, that photosynthesis idea that Ted Sallis had, and that Ted Sallis is Man-Thing. So I'm wondering if they're going to do a Man-Thing Season 1. I wonder what that'll be like. So I'm curious how that'll go, because all I know is that we're getting Avengers and Iron Man next year. So that should be something, but all in all, this was really good. I love this. This retake on the Hulk's origin. It's really cool. Banner and Hulk have some great scenes together. Betty Ross is a lot cooler. Like I said, Ross is pretty much one note in here. He's not really a big threat, but he's not really a threat. He's just more like the guy he's pretty much like, I'm shouting everywhere. I'm the stereotyped soldier, general dude. And that's pretty much him in a nutshell. But it's all cool. I mean, the character of Haplin, who is a new Hulk villain they bring in here, and he dies off at the end, I'll say that much. He's pretty much interesting. He's hitting on Betty. He's trying to prove Banner's hiding something. He doesn't know he's the Hulk. But he thinks he's either a spy for someone else or something. And in the meantime, he's a cocaine addict at the same time. And that really plays into his mutation as well. And he turns into something but fucking ugly. I'll say that much. All in all, I really dug this Hulk Season 1. I thought it was just going to be okay. I loved it. And I'm not saying I'm going to pick up every Marvel Season 1 book, but the only ones I'm really interested in are Avengers, Doctor Strange, and that's about it. Those are the only two I really want to get because of the creative team behind them. So that's really much it. I only want to get 2 more Season 1, and that's, again, if it's money. And again, I still got to get Superman Earth 1 Volume 2, so yeah, there's that too, so anywho. But I will say this, the one thing I didn't like about Hulk Season 1, and this is for all the Marvel Season 1 books, is that they give you an issue of the new comics they basically give you an issue of, a Marvel book, basically saying, where are they now? And if this graphic novel is meant for new readers, I don't think it's a really good idea to give them an issue, because in here we have an issue 1 of Jason Aaron's Hulk, and I know that that's got to be really confusing for a newcomer picking up this graphic novel, if newcomers ever read these, which I'm sure they do, but I just think it's confusing if you just read this and like, hey, I want to read some Hulk now. Why is he separated from Banner? Why is he living with these moloids? What the fuck? So I think what I would have done personally is, I think I would have put, if they really wanted something to be reprint rather than just this be the graphic novel story, I would have put a reprint of Hulk #1 from Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. I think that would have been a better marketing idea with all of them, like in Spider-Man Season 1, put a reprint of Amazing Fantasy #15. put in with all of them. I would have put reprints of the first appearance issues. I think that would have been a better marketing idea on the grounds of the issues. I mean, if people really want to know how in the classic comics how it went, I think that would have been a better, smarter. I think that would have been a lot smarter idea. But that's just me. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I sure as hell love the hell out of this. It is, like all the graphic novels, it is $25 in the US and about $30 in Canada, so I don't know about the other prices, so really sorry about that, but yeah, pick this up if you're a Hulk fan. I loved it. Fred Van Lente knows what he's doing. Tom Fowler's artwork. Now, all I know is that Tom Fowler worked on Venom for a while. He worked on the Venom comics for a while, and that's about it, so... but I do love it. I really love the grittiness of his artwork. It really looks very stylized, very hip, very retro. Not retro, I mean, he gives the Hulk a very gritty look. And everything in here is beautifully painted in here. Just everything is cool, pretty much. I just love the hell out of this book. So, yeah, I think I'm done with this review. Later, guys.